Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today's video is going to be an update for Serial Killing 13 by Halloween. This is a Project Pan collaboration that I'm doing with a bunch of ladies. If you will check the description box, you will see everybody listed and linked down below. If you're participating in this and I don't have you linked for some reason, just leave me a comment and I will be happy to add you. But yeah, I am a little bit late to my update and I'm actually sort of altering my update schedule. So this is going to be me showing you how my first 5 items are going, adding in the rest of the products to hit 13 items in the project, and then I'm not going to be doing another update. I'm just going to be doing the finale October the 31st-ish, around Halloween. So yeah, unless you want to see another update from me, let me know your thoughts, but I just have a very full schedule coming up, so if I don't have to do an update, then I won't. So let's just get into it. Let's go into my Lorac Pro palette because I had three shades going in this. If you'd like to see the conclusions that I drew to the 5 products that I'm updating you on, you can definitely check out the intro video and I discuss why I picked the items that I picked. But this is my Lorac Pro. The three colors that I threw into this project are white, nude, and espresso. So white here, I've been using it every day as a brow bone highlight, but I've been using a very fluffy brush, so there's not much progress. I can see a dip forming in it, but I don't think that I'm not sure if I'll be able to hit pan on it, truthfully. Unless I change the brush that I use with it, I may not be able to hit pan, but that's my goal for all of these, is just to hit pan. The next shade, Nude, I actually hit pan, and I don't know how well you can see that because I've said this before, but my camera doesn't do like continuous autofocus, so you may not be able to see that little bit of pan in the center there, but it is there. I saw it yesterday and I used a little bit more of the shadow today, so the pan is more visible. I will have photos at the end of the video, but if you can't see it, but I'm really happy that I hit pan on that. So that's one product that I have reached my goal on. And then the third shadow is Espresso, and I thought that I would be able to hit pan by this update, but it didn't quite happen. I'm actually using it in my brows. I've been mixing Espresso and Sable in my brows, and I actually really like the way that it looks. I'm really happy with the performance of the shadow in my brows. Let me know what you think. That's what I have in my brows today, is Espresso and Sable. I do have a really big dip in the shadow, so I have no doubt that I'll be able to hit pan on this one by the finale. So it's going pretty well. The next thing that I had in this project is my Urban Decay highlighter in the shade Sin. Honestly, I think I've used this maybe 3 times, and I think it's just because it's in a separate little palette from the other shadows that I'm working on. I just don't think about it. I just grab for another shadow that's already in the Lorac Pro palette, so I am going to try and focus on this a little bit more. I don't like this as a face highlight because I feel like it's a little bit too dark and golden for me, but I do like it as an eyeshadow. I have a little bit of it on my lids today, and it's not a bad product, it's just, I don't know, I'm just not finding myself gravitating towards it, but I will try to focus on it a little bit more through the end of this project. And then my 5th item that I had going, I have no idea if I measured this at the intro because I can't find any paper, so I do apologize, but it's the Rimmel Scandaleyes eyeliner in the shade Brown, and that's where I am with it. I think I've sharpened it 3 or 4 times, maybe more, since my intro, and it's going pretty well. I don't think that I'll be able to finish it off completely by the end of the project, but I do think that I will be able to make some significant progress. If I could just get past the British flag, I would be happy with that, if I'm not able to finish it off by the finale. So those were the 5 products that I had started out with. Let's get into what I'm adding into this project. I do have a few sort of easy, kind of like gimme-ish products because it is less than 6 weeks to the finale, so I figured I would sort of buffer myself a little bit. Some of them are going to be more challenging though. So the first one here is this Superdrug Tropical Cocktail Peel Off Mask, and I decided to pick this because of American Psycho. I just rewatched it for the first time in a couple of years, and at the beginning of the movie, Christian Bale starts off like with his morning routine, and he talks about his exercise and his skincare routine and stuff, and there's a part where you see him peeling a peel-off mask off of his face, and he has this like really dead look on his eyes while he's doing it. So I figured I could use this for American Psycho. There is 10 milliliters of product in here, which means it's about 1/3 of an ounce. So I think I can get 2 or 3 uses out of this, and I haven't used a peel-off mask in quite a while, so it'll be fun to pull this out and play with it. The next thing that I'm adding in is a sheet mask. This is the Dermactin TS Skin Firming Facial Sheet Mask, and I decided to add this in because of Scream, who wears a white face mask. So I figured this is a face mask and it's white, so I can use that. So that's the next thing. The next item is another sheet mask. This is the Faith in Face Soothing and Moisturizing Mask After Shower Look. Fresh out of the shower. So I decided to add this in because of Psycho. You guys know that that's an iconic shower scene, so I figured that would be a good choice for that movie. The next thing I'm adding in is, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but it's based on Serial Mom. And I picked the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I picked this because this is a setting spray that's supposed to make your makeup look perfect and last throughout the day, and Serial Mom Beverly Sutphin, she is obsessed with perfection. Anyone that criticizes her or her family or her household, she kills them. So I figured to keep things perfect, I would throw this in, and I do have this marked approximately where I am, so hopefully I can get through this in about 6 weeks. This big size lasts me a really long time, so I'm just hoping that I can finish this off by Halloween. The next thing I'm adding in is a mini perfume. This is from Dior, and it's Poison Girl. I decided to add this in because of there's a book and a movie called Perfume. It's like the story of a murderer or something like that. So I figured I could add this in. This is 5 milliliters or 0.17 ounces. And so I think I can get through this. It smells really, really nice. I've smelled it, but I haven't like worn it throughout the day. I've also decided to add in another mini or sample perfume. This is from Derek Lam 10 Crosby. It's the Drunk on Youth Eau de Parfum, and I decided to add this in because of Fiona Good. She was a character that Jessica Lange played in American Horror Story Coven. She was obsessed with keeping her youthfulness because her magical powers were fading because some other witch was rising, and so she was obsessed with maintaining her youthfulness, and she would kill people to keep that. So there's that one. The next thing I'm throwing in is my Celebration Foundation Illumination from It Cosmetics, and I decided to pick this because of Stephen King's It. I don't think that I'm going to be able to finish it completely because that's a lot of product, but as you can see, I do have some pan, and you can see 2 of the rings in the pan. So I want to try and expand the pan as much as possible. My first goal is to expand like the center ring, and then if I do that before the finale, my stretch goal is to try to expose the second ring of it. The next thing I'm throwing in is the Big Sexy Hair Powder Play Volumizing and Texturizing Powder. This has been sitting on my dresser for I don't even know how long, and I really want to challenge myself to use it up because I want it. I want to use it. I want to try it and enjoy it, but I just never reach for it. I decided to throw this in because of Sweeney Todd. I know there's been a lot of iterations of Sweeney Todd throughout the years. I'm personally a big fan of the original Angela Lansbury and Len Cariou performance on Broadway, but this choice was based off of Johnny Depp's character Sweeney Todd in Tim Burton's version because his hair is super voluminous. It's like a huge poof of hair, and I figured why not tie that in. The next thing I'm throwing in is a Maybelline Color Elixir in the shade Blush Essence. There's really not much in here. It's a ton of air in here. I have no idea if I can like mark progress on this. I posted in, I think, the Pan Fam on Facebook to see if anybody had panned one of these, if you can do like the hot water trick to get the product to settle so that you can see your progress on it, but no one knows. So if you know, if you're watching this and you know whether this product is see-through or not, let me know. I'd like to, I don't know, mark some sort of progress. But I decided to throw this in because of Poison Ivy, the character. Apparently, I don't really know too much about DC Comics, but apparently she has a fatal kiss because her lips are poisonous, and so I figured I would throw this in. There's also a trope about a fatal kiss or poisonous lips, so I think that ties in with serial killers pretty well. I do have another product, and I don't really know how I tied this in because I was just Googling things. I was just like, pomegranate, serial killer, in Google. So the first thing that came up was Hannibal, like the TV series, and I feel like there's a screen cap of a plate of food. It's like pomegranates and strawberries, it's like fruit, and so I attached this with Hannibal, and I never watched the show, but I know Hannibal is a serial killer. So I'm gonna throw this in. I don't think that I'll be able to finish it, but I do want to finish this off by the end of the year. This is my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Pomegranate Punk, and there's not much left in here. So hopefully you can see that's where I am with it. There's not a lot of product in here, but I don't use much of it. I have been using it pretty much every day that I put on makeup. I've been using it on my outer corner and on my lower lash line. It's just pretty dark, and I don't like to use it on my full lid, so I won't be mad if I don't finish this by the end of the project. I do just have a goal of finishing this by the end of the year, but I do want to focus on this and maybe see if I can push myself to finish it up by the finale of this project, which is, again, October 31st. So yeah, that's it from me. I'm excited to see how this project goes from here on out. We have about 6 weeks or 5.5 weeks or so by the time this gets posted until the end of the project. I'm really excited to see how everyone else is doing. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and hopefully I will catch all of you in my next video. Bye guys!